Hi class, it's good to see you. Well, I don't really get to see you, but hopefully you get to see me. I'm going to try and post some videos for you guys on my website so that you can at least get to have a little bit of normalcy. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy at home. Kiddos, I hope you're being helpful with your parents. If you have younger siblings, help out as best you can. I wanted to kind of help a little bit by maybe reading some of Stuart Little to you guys. So each week I'm going to post the chapters that you're supposed to be reading, but I'm going to read them out loud to you too in a video. So you can either watch the video and read along with me, or you can read on your own silently or out loud. It's up to you. Either way, whatever you prefer. So today we're going to start out with just the book jacket information. So a little bit about the story Stuart Little and the author E.B. White. So if you open up your PDF that I sent, it's on the distance learning page also on the website. The very first pages start out with the book jacket information, so what we would normally see on our book jacket. This is the first children's book by the distinguished author E.B. White. Stuart Little, the hero, is a mouse in the family of Frederick C. Little, and is a pleasantly debonair little character with a shy, engaging manner and a somewhat philosophical turn of mind. He's a great help around the house, and everybody except Snowbell the cat likes him a great deal. In spite of his small size, Stuart gets around a good bit in the world, riding a Fifth Avenue bus with some aplomb, racing, and winning in a sailboat in Central Park, teaching school for a day, and so on. His size, just over 2 inches, does give him some trouble now and then, like the time he was rolled up in the window shade, or when he got dumped into a garbage scow. But on the whole, his life is a happy one. His great adventure comes when, at the age of 7, he sets out in the world to seek his dearest friend Margalo, a beautiful little bird who stayed for a few days in the Littles' Boston fern. It is on this search, after several amusing experiences, that we leave Stuart going north in his little car, sure he is heading in the right direction. Stuart Little, small in size only, has the adventurousness, the great purpose, and the indomitable spirit of a heroic figure, and his story, funny and tender and exciting by turns, will be read, reread, and loved by young and old. About Stuart Little and Charlotte's Web. These 2 titles appear to be headed for literary immortality in our times and are the works for which Mr. White has been awarded the 1970 Laura Ingalls Wilder Award. The continuing and almost universal response of children to his 2 fantasies is the real tribute to the real genius of E.B. White. The medal acknowledges and memorializes this fact. The Trumpet of the Swan. Surely there's no other author whose new book one would reach forth with such sure anticipation. No one else could bring off so marvelously well that extraordinary blend of real wildlife and nature and the utterly fantastic. And the beautiful details, the sweetness of relationships, poignant without his time being sad, also make you know that this is the author of Charlotte's Web. That was a quote by Virginia Haviland. The Trumpet of the Swan goes with the primal ecstasies of space and flight, of night and day, of nurturing and maturing, of courtship and art. That's by John Updike of the New York Times, so he's a journalist. A little bit about E.B. White, our author. E.B. White was born in Mount Vernon, New York in 1899 and went to the public schools there. He graduated from Cornell University in 1921, worked in New York for a year, and then traveled about. After 5 or 6 years trying many sorts of jobs, plus a year or 2 of unemployment, he found work with the New Yorker, then in its infancy. The connection proved a happy one and resulted in a steady output of satirical sketches, poems, and editorials. Many of these were unsigned, and some were published over the initials EBW. In 1938, he went to the country and wrote essays every month for Harper's Magazine that were made into the book One Man's Meat. Mr. White found writing difficult and bad for one's health, but he kept at it even so. He would have liked more than anything to be a poet. The poets, he thought, are the great ones. He began Stuart Little in the hope of amusing a 6-year-old niece of his, but before he had finished it, she had grown up and was reading Hemingway. All right, so I will also post reading out loud chapters 1 and 2. So chapter 1 is called In the Drain. Chapter 2 is called Home Problems. I'll read those out loud and post a video of those, and we will get introduced to Stuart Little and his family. All right? Stay tuned. Do your best with your schoolwork starting on Monday. Try not to stress yourselves out. Just try your hardest. That's all I ask. All right, see you soon. Bye.